I want to ask you a terminological question.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So
could we? I'm sorry.
Please,
sorry to interrupt, but I just thought we should say a few more words about your question about patriarchy.
Yes.
Because I thought that was a really interesting question, and there's some interesting complexities associated with that. And so what I started with is that you have to break it down into analytically into precisely what causal process you're invoking. And usually when people invoke it, it's like this mysterious causal force in the ether that somehow comes down and infects people's minds. And they don't get into the question of, well, what are the causal origins of what you're calling patriarchy? And to get to that, you have to get to things like female mate preferences and the coevolution of those mate preferences with male mating strategies. And the part of male mating strategies is to prioritize resource acquisition and clawing their way up the status hierarchy and selling their grandmother to get ahead. And studies of this gets to another sex difference, that women tend to allocate their time, energy, and investment across a wider array of what we call adaptive problems. So women more than men invest in kin. Even if they're married, they invest more in their in-laws, in their friendships, et cetera. And men, on average, tend to be more monomaniacal about getting ahead.
So you could say the most effective long-term strategy for smashing the patriarchy is for women to select low-ranking mates to sleep with.
Yes. So if you
I should get in lots of trouble for that.
Well, if women changed their mate preferences so that they didn't care about status and resources and those qualities, and you iterated that over enough generations, it would ultimately change male behavior.